Got a DK specific tip in Tirna Scythe on the Mistcaller encounter. There's a little mechanic that spawns a little fox. That fox tries to run at a player, and if it gets to that player, it tries to encase them in a block of ice, dealing a large amount of damage as well. While as a Death Knight, you can use the Death Grip spell to interrupt its cast. Now, there's a lot more to consider here than just that. The cast itself is not actually interruptible by any other spell that I could find. I've tried using regular stuns, other knockbacks like the Hunter and Druid ones, and quite a lot of other different abilities like blinds and stuff, and it doesn't actually stop it. If you use those abilities, it does impair the mob, but it doesn't actually stop the cast of the spell. And that's what we're doing here. Every time it spawns, you have about a second and a half to stop the cast with Death Grip. And if you do that, the mob just turns into a regular mob. It stops trying to walk towards players. It stops trying to freeze you. And most of the time, it just sits there and does nothing but auto attack. So there is definitely something wrong here. This is not supposed to be happening, but I don't know if they're going to fix it. It's been like this for a while, and it makes me think it's probably one of those things that maybe they'll just be comfortable with being in the game, since it seems like only Death Grip impairs it anyway. You know, if every class was able to do this, then obviously that completely changes the fabric of the encounter. But it's actually a little bit more skill-based than you think, because you really only have a second and a half. I know a lot of people struggle to quickly get between targets, like especially when there's the 4 targets out that you're supposed to be looking at. You have to be paying attention to the interrupt that only the tank can get. And now you also have to quickly get to that mob and Death Grip it. It could be difficult, and it's not always worth it. I feel like that if you're not really confident that you can do this, don't do it, because if you fail to grip it during its cast, you're then going to grip the fully primed fox in and likely freeze you in any melee, potentially wiping you. And sometimes it's going to spawn really close. You have to be careful of that, because as a DK, if you ever played DK before, if you do a point blank grip, it doesn't actually move the mobs a lot of times. The way I circumvent this is just by turning my character slightly to the right or left, but it does require some dexterity. So if you have any questions, let me know. If in the future you know this is fixed for sure, just let me know that too. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.